What is up, guys? Welcome to today's vlog. I'm going to try to be very energetic today because I'm on 4 hours of sleep, and that is my way of trying to fix my sleeping schedule. So it is currently 2:20 p.m. and I fell asleep. Well, I've only been sleeping for 4 hours, and I might not be acting like it, but I'm very, very tired. But my goal is to try and stay awake until probably like 9 or 10 tonight, then fall asleep, and then wake up, Sunday morning and be just ready to go. I'm headed to the post office right now to drop off my packages. Then I'm gonna come back here, go out to the shop, and check out the doors for the glass case that need the locks. And I went to Fred Meyer yesterday to look at the brand and everything, and it looks like there's a guy who has them listed on eBay for 22 bucks each, and I need 5 of them, and he's got 7 available, so that's gonna be perfect. But I want to make sure that they're the right ones I need, that they're the right size and all that before I actually spend 100 bucks on locks. So I'm going to the post office now, and then I'll be coming right back home. Little bit of disappointing news, guys. It looks like the Pikmin video that I was working on, or the Pikmin Let's Play series that I was working on, didn't record the gameplay for the beginning, and I think that kind of ruins the entire thing. I didn't start the game from the very beginning because I had played the night before to record footage for my GameCube collection video, but when I started the Let's Play series, I started on day 8, and I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the footage that I have starts on day 13, and so that is, what is that, 6 episodes in or so? So, unfortunately, I think that the Pikmin Let's Play series is not going to be happening. I wouldn't mind going back through and playing the game through again, now that I know exactly what to do. Also, it'd probably be a little bit easier for me to do it. So, I'm really sorry about that, guys. I was really excited to get those videos out and everything, but it doesn't make sense to start the series that far in without any context for the beginning of the game, or at least the first episodes that I actually recorded. So unfortunately, that Pikmin series is not happening, at least not right now. Like I said, I wouldn't mind going back and playing through the game again and recording it from the very beginning, which would probably be better anyway. However, I really don't know when I'm going to have time to do that. So I would like to do it eventually. I think it is the perfect game to do a Let's Play series on because it has those in-game days that, if you just do 1 day per video, it makes everything work so nicely. So eventually I will go back and re-record it all and do it properly. But unfortunately, you're not going to be seeing them anytime soon. I just checked out the doors that I have out here for the glass case, and it looks like, maybe I can show you guys. If you can see that, they already have the, I don't even know what you'd call them, the housing for the lock. So I actually only need the cores, which is going to save me quite a bit of money. The ones that I was looking at, that I mentioned earlier, the guy had on eBay for 22 bucks each, included the core, included the key, and it included the housing, because I thought that Fred Meyer would have taken just the entire thing and put them into their new cases, but it looks like maybe the doors originally come with the housing on them, so you only have to buy the cores. I'm not sure, but that's going to save me some money. Hopefully I can find one seller who still has, 5 available. And what I really want is to get 5 locks that all use the same key. Obviously, I don't want 5 keys for one glass case, but that's really cool. I didn't expect that. And I believe that any cylinder will fit in there. It doesn't have to be the best brand, which BEST is the brand of those locks, but that's going to save me a lot of money, and it honestly makes things a little easier as well. So yeah, I'm probably going to head back inside and place the order for those cylinder locks with the keys, and then I'm going to probably head out to the garage, and I need to enter in a bunch more inventory into the spreadsheet. I need to get stuff boxed up, but I don't want to mix things. I don't want to mix inventory that I haven't entered with inventory that I have entered. So I need to finish up getting the rest of the games entered in, and so I can box it up and I don't have to worry about getting things mixed up and all that. I have all the Super Nintendo games that I got the other day in that big collection. If you guys missed that video, you can go back and check it out. It was only a few days ago, called like Big Super Nintendo Collection Purchase or something. But all those games have to be entered in. And then I have a couple stacks of like PS2, Wii, Xbox, GameCube, stuff like that needs to go in as well. And then just a few other random things here and there until all the actual games are done. I haven't entered in any of the vinyl, the toys, the VHS, the DVDs, anything like that. So I'm going to wait till we get to the actual store to enter that stuff in. So I know that no VHS are entered into the inventory, so it doesn't matter, how I pack them. They're not going to get mixed with other ones since none of them are entered in yet. But the games are almost done, so I just have to finish those. Then I'm going to try and get some stuff boxed up and maybe even come back out here and clean up a little bit more, get some of this stuff boxed up, because tomorrow we're getting that U-Haul, and this is the first stuff that we're going to work on is the stuff out here. So you can see all this stuff, and like this. I don't want to be putting something like this into the U-Haul. It needs to be boxed up better than that. It can't just be loose items here and there, like this. That's not going to work. So I need to get everything boxed up better. And this is my favorite shirt, I think, that I own. And I just wanted to show you guys. This is a band called Aborted. They are like a brutal death metal band. And I love the colors on it, but Retro Gore. That's one of their newer albums. I think that's an awesome name, and it definitely suits me as a death metal fan and a retro gamer. I think Retro Gore is just super cool. I think that the album, or at least the album title, is kind of it's kind of like influenced by like old school horror movies and stuff. So Retro Gore, like 70s and 80s, Friday the 13th and Night of the Living Dead, stuff like that. So very cool. Just wanted to share that. Like I said, I love the colors on it. And I actually got this shirt while I was living in California, and like with one of my first paychecks that I got from Apple, I bought a bunch of t-shirts, and this was one of them. And then, so I didn't have it for very long, and then Abby and I moved in together in Kelso, and then when we moved to this house, we had a bunch of clothing that got bagged up, and then it was put in the garage, and it was out there in a bag until just like a couple months ago. So I didn't have the shirt for so long, I didn't know where it was, and it's not like I realized I was missing it. It was just out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. But when I dug that bag out and I found this shirt, I was like, oh yeah, my favorite shirt, that's awesome. So I'm going to head back inside and purchase those locks now. I'm making a ton of progress out here in the garage. I just finished putting in what I believe is the last of the games that are actually up here. I have some more stuff downstairs. The rest of that collection that I bought is still down there. I put the Super Nintendo games in so far, but not the rest of the stuff. But if it stays downstairs, then it's not going to get mixed up. There's no issue with that, and it's not taking up too much room down there, so that's fine. But I think all the games that are up in the garage now are in the spreadsheet. That includes 70 copies of Wii Sports, which is insane. 28 copies of Wii Sports Resort. But I just finished up putting in the last of those Super Nintendo games from the collection, and so the quantity that I have so far, and I believe that every game has its correct quantity in here. I'm just double checking really quick. There's 4,008 games so far. Like I said, there's a few more tubs of stuff downstairs, but 4,000 games for the game store is not bad to start. I think most places usually have around like 10,000. So I'm going to need some more, but of course that will come with time. People will trade stuff in, and I'll start going to the outlet again, and I'll start getting more stuff regularly. But don't forget that this is only including games so far. This doesn't include accessories, systems, controllers. It doesn't include the cassette tapes, the vinyl, the CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS. It doesn't include any of the toys or anything like that. So I have way more stuff that I have to enter in, but it's going to have to wait until we actually get everything moved into the game store so that I can get it sorted and separated and then enter it in from there, because the garage is so full right now that if I were to try and enter in like all the toys, for example, I'd have to literally empty out the garage to get to everything. So that's going to have to wait, which is not a big deal. A lot of the stuff like the cassette tapes, it's literally going to be just, I only have to enter in one item because they're all going to be the same price, and then I just have to put the quantity. So stuff like that is easy. Most of the VHS are going to be one set price. You know, if there's anything super expensive, of course I'll have to price it out separately, but most stuff, if it's like $15 or below, then I'm pricing it at $3. So that's how it's going to work for a lot of that. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. It is now almost 6:30 p.m., so I've been working at this for a few hours out in the garage here. I stopped and got some barbecue on the way home earlier, which I didn't show or anything, but I just got a brisket sandwich from the little local place that sells it. Abby is still asleep, as far as I know. I texted her and told her that there was some food left over for her. I didn't eat the entire sandwich, I only ate half of it, so I left half of it for her. And she hasn't texted me back yet, so I'm assuming that she's still asleep. I haven't been down there in a few hours to check, though. But yeah, other than that, I think now I'm going to start trying to box up a lot of the stuff, and I can show you guys here, like, there's just games stacked everywhere. And so these, as they are, can't just go into the U-Haul. I can't just have random stacks of games. Of course, they'll just go everywhere. So I need to be putting them into boxes or plastic tubs, but I don't have any more plastic tubs. I've used them all. So luckily, I do have some boxes out in the shop that were brought over from when we emptied out the office, because obviously I had a lot of boxes to do my eBay and Amazon shipping. So I have a lot of boxes out there that I can use. They are about that size, and those ones there are filled with strategy guides. There's a million strategy guides under there. But yeah, so I'm gonna go get those boxes. I gotta grab some tape from downstairs, and then I'm gonna start boxing this stuff up. And then tomorrow we begin the process of loading. I think I've mentioned it before already, but my friend Nick is coming, and we're gonna go get a U-Haul, bring it here tomorrow, and then start loading it up. And then Sunday afternoon, or Monday afternoon, once I get the keys, we're going to drive to the store and start loading it in. So it's amazing. I can't wait. I'm super excited. I really hope you guys are looking forward to the move-in vlogs, and of course the game store vlogs once we actually open. It's just going to be insane. I cannot wait. This is going to be the coolest thing I've ever done, but also the most difficult. It's so much work, and what's really difficult about it is that I'm not getting paid for any of this work that I'm doing yet, because there's literally years worth of prep that go into opening up a game store. And yeah, I've sold games along the way here and there, but I haven't taken any of that money for myself. Every single penny has gone back into the game store, and I have actually put in even more of my own money, of course. I had to start somewhere. So I've used my own personal money to buy inventory for the store. I have continued to do that to this day. I actually just bought those locks earlier for the glass cases. They were $88. That was my own money that I spent. I didn't use game store money on that. So it's just a ton of work, and I know that you guys always tell me that, you know, you love seeing how hard I work for this and everything, and, you know, that pushes me to do it more. And it's a ton of work, but it's definitely worth it. Not only to have my own game store, which is of course a dream of mine, but, you know, to give you guys good content. I couldn't imagine trying to open up a game store and being super lazy about it and not wanting to spend any money and doing all this kind of stuff, because it would never work. It would literally never happen. So the work is definitely worth it, and I appreciate you guys sticking through me and always encouraging me. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's it for now. So I'm going to go grab those boxes and start boxing a lot of these games up. Alright guys, it is so freaking hot out here. I've got the fan on, but it doesn't help that much, especially since I've been moving around and lifting and everything. I got some boxes done here. As you can see, these all have just video games in them. I was able to get all the PS2 games off of the shelf, as you can see, because obviously I have to move the shelf and the games can't stay on it. So got those all off. I got all the games off of the floor that were stacked up everywhere. I got other stuff from over here that was on the floor stacked up. So yeah, and then all these cartridges here I'm gonna leave in those tubs and everything. And my plan for Monday, because man, I've got some like crazy beard hair and some crazy regular hair going on. Nick has work on Monday and he gets off at like 5 or 5:30 p.m. So the plan is, you know, he's gonna come tomorrow. We're gonna get the U-Haul in the morning. We're gonna bring it back here, load it up, and then Monday morning or Monday at noon, I will hopefully be going and getting the keys. And if I do get the keys, which I'm like 90% sure I will, I'm hoping. If I do get them, then I'll come back here and I will just load up my car with random stuff. Most likely stuff that, like boxes of toys like this that don't have lids. They're not really stackable. So I'll take stuff like that. Stuff that doesn't really need to go in the U-Haul or can't go in the U-Haul. And I'll take that in my car and I will probably make a few trips by myself. I might have my friend Kevin tomorrow to help with that, so we could probably load up his car as well. I have a few other people who have offered to help, but I'm not sure what time they are free or if they're free at all. My friend Andrew said he could probably help in the evening, so we'll see what happens. I'm not really planning on messaging too many people to take them up on their help offer unless I really need it for something. So, for example, unless Andrew contacts me and says, hey man, what time do you want me to be out there? Then I probably won't even ask him. I talked to him about it yesterday or the day before sometime, so if he remembers and he is wanting to come out, then of course I will accept his help. But if he doesn't inquire about it, then I probably won't ask him, just because I don't think that I will necessarily need the help. Of course, the more people that are helping, the quicker it's going to go, you know, but also the more confusing it might be, because we're not going to be taking the shelves first, setting them up, and then taking the inventory and putting it on the shelves. That would be the perfect way to do it, but we have to take advantage of the U-Haul, and so we're going to have a mixed bag of stuff going in each trip. So it might be a little bit confusing having people arrive there when I'm not there. Maybe I'm back here loading stuff up, and then Andrew gets there with a car full of stuff. Not only would he not have keys, but he wouldn't know where to put it or anything like that. So I think it might just be easier to only have a few people helping so that I can kind of direct where I want things to go, because in the end, it's me personally who has to go through everything, open all the boxes, and I have to, you know, get everything set up. And so I kind of have to dictate where I want things put and where things are going to be stacked until I can get to them. So it might just be easier to have just a few people. So that's the plan. It's 8:20 p.m. And like I said, I just finished those boxes. Those are all the boxes. Well, I've got one more actually. One more box, but I don't really have much to put into it. I'll find something, of course. But yeah, so getting the U-Haul tomorrow. Look forward to that. And then Monday, we're going to start loading stuff in. It's going to be awesome. Abby and I have to move the horse trailer that is back here in the back, because it's in the driveway area, to get up to the shop, and we have a U-Haul coming in tomorrow, so this thing has to be moved. Abby's backing up right now. I better help her. We got the trailer out of the way, so now there's room for the U-Haul tomorrow. And now Abby's gonna get ready for work.
Yep.
Abby just left for work, so I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here so that I can get this edited and then get to sleep. I'm not feeling super tired. I feel fine. Like, I don't feel like I only slept 4 hours last night, but I did. So hopefully I can get to bed fairly early tonight and, you know, wake up early and get to U-Haul in the morning with Nick. And yeah, I mean, tomorrow is like the first day of really working on this kind of stuff. You know, we're getting the U-Haul, we're going to start loading it up. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are looking forward to the vlogs. I think they're going to be awesome. And I want to thank you guys so much for sticking through this video and making it to the end here. And if you did, don't forget to leave a comment and a like on the video and subscribe if you're not. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.